Alright, welcome back, people. How have you been? Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Nice to be with all of you once again in a new week. As you can see, I got my hair cut, of course. My hair cut, of course. So, we are ready to continue. So, before we begin, we've already done all of the side quests. We are pretty much primed and ready for the ending of the game, whichever it is. I hope it is the final act. Basically, we were betrayed, predictably, I must add, by Prisoner 7, in that sense. And by the end of the stream, while I have my critical chance a bit decreased here at 40, I managed to improve all of my gear. I basically enchanted all, well, almost all, until I ran out of money, almost all of my gear, as you can see. So I have enhanced resistances, enhanced defense, pretty much everything. So while I did lose 10% critical chance. It was at 50, 1 in 2 attacks. We are a bit less. 1 in, well, 3.3, 1 point, yeah, 1 in, instead of 2, every 2 attacks, 1 is a crit. Here is a bit more. It's like 2.5. Let's say it doesn't get to 3 because it would be 33. So let's call it like that. 2.5. Let's just say something like that. Okay. So I also aligned all of my multipliers, all of my power-ups, basically. So when I hit A and D on my keyboard, it basically triggers them all. So we're dealing a lot of damage, we shouldn't have any problem, so we are ready to go on with the final section of the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing. Hopefully it's the final chapter, I don't know. So let's go, people.
Van Helsing, there is something you might want to see, urgently.
The Civil War is barely over, and now we have a new problem.
I don't know if it's the ending, eh?
We don't know where it leads or what might come through that rift, which qualifies as a problem, I suppose.
Prisoner 7 disappears in the ink, and then a rift opens up here. I don't like this. I will enter this gate and find out how it could be closed down.
I got a quite powerful rifle last time. I almost forgot to show you. Look at this, the Romatolian field rifle. It's absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. So, time you see it in action. So, where is it? Here, Sanctuary. It's pretty much the only objective, so it's the only way we can go. Okay. We managed to beat General Harker last time.
Like old Borgovia, before the weird science changed everything.
You don't say.
Strangers, did you come to help us?
Well, it depends. We are a bit picky, you know.
What is this place, and what happened here?
Great question.
This is Sanctuary. We used to work in the Inkheart mines until the accident. We sealed the gate that opened to that accursed place, but...
Did you just say accident?
But a mysterious man in a mask appeared from nowhere, and he opened up the gate to the mines. He left, but the monsters are coming through from beyond.
Prisoner 7. I should have known. We must find that gate. Rest assured, we're going to clear your village on our way through.
Are you a hunter, sir?
What gave me away?
Oh, great. There's a creature we called up from the Inkwell. He's called the Pied Piper, and he's supposed to lure away these monsters with the sound of his flute.
Please don't tell me that you fell for this old trick.
We did, my lady, we did. And he lured away our children instead of the monsters. He is still here, though, but we can't leave this place.
I'll find him. I
Isn't that one of the boss monsters that we killed at the beginning of the series? Well, whatever. Ah, true, my Sikermatons. That's a lot of damage. Look at that, our formula is working. Remember, the more they stand in the toxic cloud, the more damage over time they take as well. So it's doubly better for me. That's a lot of damage. And this is my single target shot. Nonetheless, my great single target shot, that is amazing. Yo, how's it going, Patrick? Happy week. How did the weekend treat you? It's great to begin another week. I will also do 3 days this week. In that sense, punctuality makes my heart melt. No, yeah, sorry, I actually hate not being punctual because it's a lack of respect. It's something that in Argentina, in my country, is a big problem. No one is punctual and I hate it. But yeah, in my case, well, I have to prioritize my obligations. In this case, it is a hobby. But if it was a job, I hate it when people do that. In that sense, if I did it as a job and etc., I would take it like punctuality much more in a much more extreme way. We need to learn from the Swiss people. We need to learn from the Swiss. They are always punctual. Their fucking trains are always exactly at the correct time. So yeah, their clocks are perfect. We need to learn from them. In that sense. Except Vital. Now in Hungary we had to set the summer time zone, which means you are streaming at 10 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock. Oh well, that's the problem. You know why? Because in Argentina we don't have we had that in the 90s, and we eliminated the time the daylight saving time, the summer and winter saving time variation. So yes, it changes for the rest of the world, but not for us. So yeah, pretty much. So, for you it must be the summer, and for me it's the winter. So in like the winter, you go forward 1 hour. Shouldn't it be the other way? Like in the no, because it's the summer. You are getting 1 more hour. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's the summer. For you, so you are getting 1 more hour. Oh, I remember when we did that in the 90s. Feels weird because if I go to any other country, I know I will be back to that. I think we are the only ones that eliminated it. I don't know if it was right or wrong. What I want is them to synchronize the time zone of Argentina with the east coast of the US, because we are technically 1 hour ahead. And in this case, when it's the summer of the United States and our winter, it's like stupid. We should be just synchronized with the West Coast. It's because technically we are a bit more on the Atlantic, but it's negligible. So yeah, we should be. It would be much easier for everyone if we were just synchronized with the East Coast of the US. That a stupid 1 hour of difference. And in this case, in the case of when it's the summer in the US and winter here, it's 2. Exactly like what's happening with you. So yeah, pretty much the abnormal things of my country never cease to amaze me. So yeah, but for the rest, good weekend. good weekend. I could have a nice rest from all of the study. Resume my schedule of games that I need to play. Got a long backlog that I need to deal with. So pretty much.
Yes, finally.
Absolutely.
Taste my specialties, didn't you? I ran out of ingredients, so I can only prepare one meal. But that will change the way you think about food.
It sounds slightly unnerving. What's on the menu?
Well, you can choose the Damavoy steak, the Frikolak pie, or Varianoi haggis.
Of course, as a meat lover, I'm picking the steak.
That sounds exotic. I'll have one.
What does he have? Mystic Effect, Epic Consumable. 10 HP, good. So, of course, Patrick, from last week, an honor that you think that damn people would get scared just by chatting with me a bit. I just realized I lost the connection between me and my... No! No, Patrick, I told you not to do that. You lost the connection between you and your classmates completely due to the intellectual gap, but 2 more weeks and I won't have to see my classmates anymore. The conundrum of life, Patrick. Conundrum of life. And so you finish school, like in April? We are in April. In April? Dang. In my we finished it like in December here. It's like synchronized with the year because it's the summer. Yeah, the summer holidays start in December here. It's the opposite. No, no, Patrick. I told you need to have patience. I understand if they are ignorant gorillas. Get used to it because most people in life will behave like that. But well, I think that in a Catholic university you will find the exception. Just have your mind open. Have your mind open in the Catholic university. They don't need to be as intelligent as the level that you've reached. Just try to find somehow similar in Catholic university and you should be okay. Just more or less be open. Be open. For example, if I don't know, if any of them suffer of anthropomorphism, of treating dogs like children, it's okay. It's okay. You will never find people that are 100% a match for you. Just make sure that is like a bare minimum amount of intellect that the person that the people think instead of being a high mind. But then if they have different perceptions, well, that yes, I need people who are open to listen. I don't need them to read exactly like that. Don't discard them immediately. If you see they have, you will realize when someone has a brain in their head instead of shit. Here we call that octopus head because the octopus precisely has a digestive system in its head. In case you don't know it, people, precisely that. There doesn't, as long as you realize the person is not an octopus head, it's okay. It doesn't need to be like perfectly intellectually formed. Huh? Just that. That's that. Well, my classmates are open to acting like a fucking child. Well, with that, yes, it's a bit more difficult. I recognize that pattern, and yes. With that, it's like impossible to reason because at that point you are directly speaking a different language. Uh, yes, but hopefully in a Catholic university, and as you grow up, as you deal with more grown-up people, uh, you are increasing your chances. You are increasing your chances, so that's always good. But don't be closed just because they might think differently. For example, in that sense, yes, I would suggest as one uh, hard barrier the rainbow flags. Because anyone who supports rainbow flags, the problem is not the rainbow flag itself. Maybe is that that the person does not have any kind of personality. In that sense, one thing is that maybe they feel like PT, because I've seen this a lot. People who feel them like PT or whatever, or just don't bother me, I don't bother you. That's one thing, and another one is the zealots, the rainbow flag zealots. Imagine the gamer group, which is also a football group. But that's an interesting combination. That's an interesting combination. Generally, a true gamer like me does not like moving, like the true image of the American. They started buying mystery football cards and they traded with each other. Well, I definitely suffered that in primary school, which is like elementary school. That they like that here everyone, almost everyone liked football, and I liked more, let's say, nerdy stuff like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh yeah, that's weird. Generally, gamers don't like football. Generally, we don't like moving at all. If true hardcore, the thing is that in the gamer group, there's a division that no one ever talks about anymore because we've gone like shitty even in that categorization. Um, they could be casuals, for example, people playing Fortnite all day, people playing FIFA all day, playing football. That's a typical here. All Argentine gamers except me probably only play FIFA. Precisely, that is the case. They are casuals. It's not the person doesn't have a real culture in video games. People who have a real culture in video games are truly truly hard to find actually. In that sense, you can play one or two video games, but in order to be like truly hardcore, you need to have a culture about the history of video games. I always liked the second part in that sense. I was always like that's a very defined. Most are casuals because I love it when they say the gaming industry has increased. Yeah, it has increased in Candy Crush or in FIFA all the time. In that sense, and they buy the microtransactions, and I see they really don't care the influence of the different genres. For example, they wouldn't be able to name the different gaming genres at all. For example, if I asked the differences between real-time strategy and real-time tactics, not everyone would be able to reply to me that the difference calling, for example, people who call Dark Souls an isometric, sorry, people who call Dark Souls an action RPG, which is common these days, also are not properly classifying the genre, because Dark Souls is technically nothing else than a modern RPG, not action RPG. The portion of action indicates that the person does not account for the speed of the combat, and not accounting for the speed of the combat tells me that the person didn't experience the hack and slash genre. Because if you're talking about action, it's more related to the hack and slash genre. Dark Souls is simply a modern RPG, and it's not even the one that created the C targeting. It's not even the one that created the C targeting around the target, which was done with the Nintendo 64 joystick by The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, is something that I've always discussed about on stream when talking about gaming history. A lot of people think that Dark Souls is the one that created the mechanic of pressing one button to focus the camera around the target as your character moves around the point of interest. And that is just completely wrong. It was The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I have a friend who socialized completely in a football field. You can imagine his extreme, abstract, and smart perception. What do you mean? He couldn't, like, talk about life or anything else outside of a football field? Like that. Like, he could only talk about football.
I can't do that.
It was his only chatting topic. That's quite terrible. That's quite terrible. You need to have variety, people. To have variety. Even I, who would be able to talk about games all day, I learned about philosophy and other things to give it a bit of versatility. Because otherwise, it's a real problem. It's a real problem when you have a ball for a brain, a football. Basically, he didn't watch a single movie, didn't read a single book, only football. I didn't watch a lot of movies in my life. Yes, cartoons. Yes, cartoons. I like more cartoons. As a kid, a single book. Well, the part of not reading a single book. No, that one is terrible. That one. That one is dangerous. That one is dangerous. Quite dangerous. Quite dangerous. No, because that one, yes, destroys the range of your vocabulary and everything. That one, yes, is dangerous as a kid. Only for here, there are a lot of like that. Huh? Here, there are a lot of like many more than in Hungary, probably. Like that. That is football and death. Here, there are a lot. Here there are a lot, and then when they go home, they play. They go back to play FIFA. Then it is true. It is like that. It's like it's the plague of football. Here it's worse. Patrick. In Argentina, you would have gone crazy. I had to live with football, with being told that everyone liked football, passion of the crowds here. So yeah, even worse. Even worse. Like here is quite weird. Not liking football. Oh yeah, pretty much. I had to like.
It's all a huge misunderstanding.
It doesn't sound too convincing with these poor children at your side.
They asked me to take them away from this forsaken place. Look, if you let us leave, I'll be generous. I can give you the source of my power. Do you want me to believe this nonsense? I'm hurt. Prepare to die. I can't do that.
That was so nice.
I'll take the children back home.
And
Yes,
tell parents
please.
that they shouldn't summon powerful entities to deal with their problems.
That was a nice boss fight. So basically, he couldn't socialize outside of the football field, and he didn't watch a single movie, didn't read a single only. Okay, but going back to the previous one, I just realized that the connection between me and Michael You lost the connection completely due to the intellectual gap. But 2 more weeks and I know how to see my game. Okay. Well, just as I told you, have an open mind. Have an open mind. Don't close yourself just because they might be relativists, because that's 99% of the population, Patrick. Eh, needless to say, needless to say, if for whatever reason, you find a realist individual, because it's a Catholic high school, that can happen, a Catholic university, that can happen. If you find a realist individual that is also intelligent, and etc., needless to say, protect the person like a fucking diamond, because it will be quite weird to find. But most of them will still be relative. So don't worry. Uh, don't keep your mind open. Keep your mind open about them. In that sense, keep your mind open, that they can perfectly fulfill your intellectual needs, even if that is the case, huh? What about women? The same. If you find nowadays, in the situation that we are nowadays, you find a conservative woman, the key is see if she can first feel empathy for children. If the person can feel empathy for children, it's a very good sign. The other one, if she can ridicule rainbow flag attitudes, those two things are key. If you find those two things in a woman, is worthy of all of your love, protection, attention, and etc. She needs to be able to ridicule a rainbow flag, and second, needs to, above all, feel empathy for children, for little babies and children. Okay? Those two things are key. If you find those two things, I would suggest putting in a huge deal of effort, because you got a lottery. Okay? Given the situation that we have nowadays, must be able to somehow, not induced by you, it needs to be natural. Okay? It needs to be genuine. Ridicule rainbow flags. Okay? Somehow. And second, care for children. I would place those two. Those two, I don't think they lie, because they go like completely against the hive mind message that we see nowadays. What you care most about is that the person, both friends and loved ones and women, like, think for themselves. That you find the person that thinks for herself, in that sense. Not a hive mind individual. That's the key. Eh? I would suggest those two. Because if a person can ridicule rainbow flags, or let's say degenerate sexual practices in general, you know what I mean, man on man or woman on woman, the person can think for herself. The person needs to be able to think for herself. That's the key. Then if you disagree on some things, it doesn't matter. The important thing is that the person is able to think on herself. Have you had any luck with a woman like this? Yes, in my university, Italian, generally where women will agree that they were that they that they agreed that precisely rainbow flags were ridiculous, and that feminism destroys merit. So yes, I can tell you that they do exist. Even if it might seem impossible sometimes, I know the feeling. But yeah, it does exist. They do exist. They do exist. So yeah. Uh, so yeah, I can assure you they do exist. They do exist. Uh, the thing is that in my case, remember that I'm also quite Anglophile. So in Argentina, remember that we were invaded by the UK twice. So my problem was more of of loving the UK, and they just did not. In Argentina, generally people hate the UK. My problem was a bit more like that. She broke up with you. She liked going out all day while she was brilliant, and she liked she was very intellectual and etc. She liked going out all day, and I just liked staying at home. And by going out all day, I mean, like, how do I put it to you? When we get to November, more or less, summer. Yes, by the way, she wanted to go, and in my case, well, also a bit in consent, I also couldn't tolerate it anymore, because like going out all day and I wanted to be at home, so it was a huge incompatibility. Like, besides culturally, she also liked football. That's another thing. Here, even women like football. It's like, if you don't like football, you are an alien. Okay? People don't play video games generally. But above all is the fact that when November comes, have you ever thought about getting used to her habits till she calms down or something, or talk it out? I tried, Patrick. I tried, but no, it's an incompatibility that goes beyond that. I need a person that at bare minimum can play a video game. I'm saying because my father was in this position with my mother. Yes, but back then, women had a different level of tolerance. They had a different level of tolerance. Uh, Women of our age, more or less, of my generation and yours, don't have the commitment required to look up past those things. And honestly, while I could have kept the situation, I do not want to be liked by what I have, but what I am. And if what I am is playing video games all day, the person needs to, at bare minimum, know how to play one video game. Besides, when when the person is used to go, I'll tell you that more or less it's like this. She liked, like the Lord here, uh, riding horses. Uh, in November in Argentina, everyone wants to go to the beach. They can be poor, they can be piss poor. I'm not lying, but they will go to the beach. In November, it's like sacred. Okay. A lot are quite anti-Anglophile. I wanted a person who speaks English perfectly. For me, that is important, and needs to have a deep passion for the United States. And those two things, my love for the United States and the United Kingdom, are not things that are compatible with a lot of cultural aspects of my country. Okay, I speak perfect English, and I wanted that, and wasn't there, and that also wasn't there. And you could tell me And on top of that, the part of going out all day. So pretty much there was a huge cultural gap. Not for the better or worse, just different. Just different. Here, people are quite nationalistic about those things, and I would turn it into a colony of the UK. And I say it openly, and that is something quite, or of the US even better. And that is something quite unpopular to hear, for example. As for the rest, she was so traditional in that sense. In that sense, I had good eye that she was very traditional. She played like card games like our grandma does. And you could say, well, that's a paradise, quite conservative. Yeah, but I like video games. I like video games. That's the problem. Yeah, understandable that you want a woman who gives you the same as you intellectually, but in your case it is impossible, so good luck with that. No, she was on my level intellectually. She was on my level intellectually. Maybe a tiny bit below, but almost on my level, let's say. Almost on my level. No. There are a lot. There are a lot. There, I cannot pretend. I cannot pretend, Patrick. I need to be realistic. I cannot pretend. I cannot pretend. She was realist. Huh? She wasn't definitely not relativist. She was almost on my level, but the fact she didn't know how to speak English, she didn't speak English, limited her brutally. That was like the last part of it. That limited her brutally, in that sense. If you don't know English, you lose a lot of sources. So she was brilliant, discipline, incredible. But she didn't speak English. She couldn't read English fluently like me, and that limited and conditioned a lot of her maximum capabilities, I think. For example, only knowing fucking football once again, and for example, instead of learning any English-based card game like I could, which are much more complex, she played like local Spanish card games. She couldn't play video games. You don't know English. You cannot speak English. Well, you cannot play a video game. Not all of them are translated. And those things. So she was like very nationalist for Argentina. I was not. I could speak English. She couldn't. But as for the rest, she was actually quite balanced. Yeah. Were you sad when you broke up, or you accepted the unfortunate? No, of course I was sad. Of course I was sad, but I won't. I eventually came to the realization that my love for the United States and the UK, as harsh as it may seem, is bigger than than what people in Argentina could offer. So the person needs to, at bare minimum, speak perfect English. And at bare minimum, I'm not asking for a patriot of the US to tell me good that Trump is bombarding Middle East or whatever. No, but at least not hate the UK and the US. And here, be it unconsciously or consciously, it happens, and I'm not going to accept that shit. And I'm not going to accept that shit. No, and I'm not going to accept that shit. At bare minimum, bare minimum, not hate the UK or the US. That is really incompatible with me.
Now belongs to the Master of Doors.
I have no idea who this master might be.
I have no problem, like depending on intellectual level that you are mentioning, etc. It's all good, but hating the US or the UK unconsciously or consciously, no,
Let me
no,
guess. He
no.
doesn't want
That
any
is
fellow
like
strangers on his lands,
something
does he?
that
You are
that is unacceptable. That is just
a
incompatible with me.
race.
And the other one,
Make a nice present.
is like just not playing a single video game. No, not playing a single video game and not speaking English. No, no, it's just that going out all day to the beach. No, no, it's incompatible with me. It's just incompatible with me. It's just incompatible with me. At bare minimum, somehow, sometimes play one video game, and that requires knowing how to speak English. So one condition is related to the other one. So pretty much that. No video games. No, for me, they are sacred, and I know this might sound quite brutal, but it's the case. It's the bare minimum in that sense, because it's like what defines my. I could even do with the person being relative is like 99% of population. I need to be realistic with what this shitty humanity has turned into, but those things are just incompatible with me. Imagine Patrick that if I have children with the person, I will need them to speak English perfectly, and in that case it was impossible. In that case it was impossible. It was impossible. The second you are patriotic for, did you go with her to the beach? Yes, yes, sometimes. Yes, sometimes I did accompany her. Yes, and I am willing to once or twice accompany people to the beach. But when it is the very reason of existence, like it is here in Argentina, no, no. I'd rather move to a place far away from every single beach, so the probability is not even in the mind of the individual. It's healthier for everyone in that sense. Yeah? It's healthier for everyone. That's why I want to move to the. I want to move either to the UK or to New Hampshire in the US, somewhere far away from every single beach. UK is perfect. Zero good beach. Introverted, sad weather. Don't say that. Patrick Crowbar is from the UK. No, don't say that. It's not about being sad. Sadness and happiness, you have them inside of you, depending on how you understand the world. It's perfect for, or the zone of New Hampshire in the UK. I like it as well. It's like Gold Forest. At most, you will be far away from every single beach. That zone, or well, or even the zone of well, but I don't like the laws of Canada. The problem with I like Canada a lot, but the problem was that the degenerate of Trudeau took hold, and they didn't push back like the US did with Trump. So otherwise, I would have. Canada was perfect because it was like a more EU based, like Argentina is quite similar in that sense. Instead of Spanish and Italian, it's like French and British. So it was perfect, but just way too many rainbow flags. 150 different English accents, fish and chips, rain. Indeed. I cannot deny. I cannot like ignore the fact that my love for the UK and the US is like It was just bigger, and I know I cannot. I just cannot have that. Going out all the time, uh, riding horses, going to the beach, etc. Is like death for me. It's just not combat. And above all, the stupid nationalistic sense that they have here, just because they lost a stupid war with the UK for some fucking islands. I don't know if you know the story of the of the of the Falkland Islands. Here they are bad hard because they lost a war, and for me, that I've read so much about history, and I understand that losing a war is like something that happened to all countries, and it's not something like they do here, that since they never participated in a war, I tell this, when you never participate in a war, well, of course, the second you lose only one, the only one you participated in, well, you get bad hard. But imagine that when I say this, everyone wants to kill me here. But it's just a way to harsh reality. If you never participated, if your country never participated in a single war, when you participate in one, well, of course, you lose it and you go crazy. And that's what happened here, like that. Pretty much the Falklands War it was. So that's why most people hate the UK here. Well, I love it. So pretty much. So yeah, pretty much it's like that. It's a conundrum that I have. I have a cultural dissociation with my pool of dating, with my local pool of dating. So, yep. I definitely need to move to an English-speaking country. Pretty much. If all else fails, I just go to a lab, which is also illegal in Argentina. In Argentina, labs for children are illegal. You have to adopt. So, in any case, whatever the outcome might be, I have to move out of the country. I have that assumed.
Now in the possession of a glorified
I already have my EU citizenship, but the problem is that I am scared. I'm scared. I have another conundrum. I'm scared. I like safe zones, very safe and calm zones. And the problem is that with all of the illegal migration that the UK and the European Union as a whole has had, I'm honestly afraid. I'm afraid because with all of that, it's as unsafe or worse, more unsafe than Argentina. Because here you can have petty theft, but not evil. Let's just say, you know that I would like to use another word with T, but we'll just say evil. Make sure you to learn a few Arabic words. Well, I do have one Arabic name, I guess, but I have one French, one Arabic, so imagine. So yeah, but no, I'm not learning any more evil. I've had enough in my life, evil. I've seen enough with the attacks here and etc. So yeah, pretty much. The other thing is that with EU citizenship, you can move easier to the US. You can move in easier to the US. I think with Italian citizenship, with all of the Italian massive migration that there has been, I could move easy to the US in that sense. T is educated for teen people. What do you mean, teen people? Ah, yeah, T, yeah, T, yeah, now I get it. Yes, T is a very important word, a very important letter, people. T, everyone should be educated in T, because T is the key. We are forced to say evil nowadays. Phantom told me here at Twitch that I cannot say the word, the T word, but it's a reality. I am scared because EU is full of tea, and and with the interactions I have with all of you, some are even unaware of it, so it's even more dangerous. His whole life based on teeing people because Arabic education will get there. Indeed, exactly, it's exactly like that. But the problem is that Patrick is not cloned in that sense. In that sense, the predominant stance is favoring teas with their crazy education, and Europe is full of those. So I am running out of fucking options at this rate. Canada, that I liked, invaded by rainbow flags. The president is a degenerate. Straight up, the president is a degenerate. In Canada, did you know that there's gender swap day at school? So no, I would probably end up in jail. Just for speaking. Canada, no. I love the country, I like the geography, everything, but in terms of mines, a problem, a huge problem. I, of course, love all of Europe and etc., but I'm afraid of teas, so I need to find either a very secluded zone in the UK, far away only with fucking sheep, and the problem is that I'm a city dweller. I have another problem. Are you familiar with the S law? Yes, the most extremist, but don't think that the other ones aren't the same T's. And while it can be like my great grandpa was Syrian and was under that shit when he was sent to the front line. Well, it's not all of the population. In the modern context, you just don't know. And I see that Europe is like opening the door for all of the T's. Okay? So,
Watch out. I'm infected by rust blight. Did the masked man send you?
No, but I'd like to.
Well, he wasn't too talkative.
What is this?
The rust is a rare dream material.
Is it lethal?
and the problem,
This could prepare a healing.
I'll see what I can.
and the problem is that I have another problem, another personal problem, that I'm a city dweller. I never lived in a house. I always lived in apartments, in big cities, like in New York, imagine. Not as big as New York, but the same. So pretty much, I have a problem. I'm a city dweller. I like the comfort of the city because I've lived in a city all my life. I never lived in a house. So, and that's where the greatest concentration of peace are generally, and the greatest concentration of communists are Trotskyist communists in the Starbucks. So I have a problem. I have several problems. So I need to find like a middle-sized city that doesn't have teas. Somehow, maybe like I have seen some that are like where all of the old population goes to retire after their job lives are over, their working days are over. In the UK there are some to the east, the easternmost zone, close to the Cambridge University. I've seen some, but the problem is that I wouldn't find people of my age there. So no damsels for me, no educated damsels for me. So as you can see, I have several problems in my life, people. I have several problems. Etikan, bad word starts with R, a child, because indeed. They have that tendency. They have that tendency. They have that tendency. They don't have any respect for children, for the innocence of children. In that sense, that's why I was telling you, Patrick, it's not a coincidence that the rainbow flags are creating an environment and a world in which women feel nothing for children, but yes for animals. So pay attention to those. That's why. I love the fact that Arabic words like and are now trends in TikTok, which worships. Indeed. Indeed. My great grandpa was Syrian. He was not a fanatic. He wasn't a fanatic. He was a poor, well, not poor. He was a rich merchant, but poor in the moral sense of it. Unfortunate enough as to be born in Syria. One of them. The other two Italian and Spanish. The only one that was born in Syria, precisely. In was it in? What was the name of the town? Ah, I knew it. In I think Hiabrud or something like this. Like this. Like that it sounded close to Damascus, basically, where all of the wars happened, and something like that. So he was a merchant, and that beautiful religion sent him to the front line. He lost his woman and child when he returned to save them. He found nothing. Indeed. So that's the T religion for you all people, in that sense.
Oh, a house elf. They are tending the family home.
So
what? Oh, you are really.
you know what? You get lost.
So basically that's the T religion that now I see a lot of Westerners worshipping. You can be a normal merchant, like with your own family, etc., and in the name of religion being sent to a front line without knowing how to handle a rifle in World War One. We are talking about not even World War Two. So that one is going to tell me how it is when one of the branches of my family had to, a lot of years ago, had to deal with it. And I see now a lot of people defending that shit. So you do the math, people, if they know what the fuck they are talking about. I bet if my great grandpa would come out of his grave, he would directly kill them all, probably. Probably kill them all, because they ruined his life. Indeed, he lost his commerce there in Syria, over there in Syria, all his whole family, and etc. The only positive aspect of all this story is that fortunately my grandpa got to be born in here, where he met a nice Catholic Italian lady as his new partner with 8 children. They had 8 children. One out of them was my grandpa. And fortunately, if anything positive came out of all of that, is that I am right here, far away as possible from all of that. The only bad thing is that he should have taken the boat to the US, but well, what are you gonna do? It's like, it's what you get. It's much better than being close to any T's, because the T's are not precisely, and by this I don't mean all of the population, but reality is that there's a direct connection. what they are doing. Being close to the teeth is scary. I honestly don't know how in Europe people go out on the streets comfortably, knowing all this. Okay? So yeah, pretty much, pretty much, pretty much, pretty much. I will go to sleep now. Have a nice night. I will listen to the stream while I fall asleep, so feel free to talk about everything I want, right? But I will listen hard and smile. Patrick, thank you from the bottom of my heart for visiting me today. A great, great pleasure. A great, great pleasure, and don't despair that. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for visiting me right from the beginning, and do not despair because I am sure that in a good Catholic university, you will find people of a close intellectual level. Just that, have your mind open. If people are a bit different in that sense, it's never going to be a perfect match. Going back to what you were asking me about my previous love, pretty much is that mm, it's a huge. I underestimated the incompatibility that it can be going out constantly in that sense. You tell me that in the case of your father he tolerated it, but in the case of in my case there was also a cultural aspect that yeah, I was I was an Anglophile. I was pretty much an Anglophile, so pretty much I was an Anglophile. Have a sweet sleep, by the way. Good sleep. But yeah, I pretty much was an Anglophile, so that was a huge incompatibility here. The Falklands War was something that they just couldn't accept because I tell you, when you don't participate in any war and you lose one, people here were just so bad heart, and since I had read so much about history, the problem was that pretty much I knew that for countries winning and losing was like something natural in that sense. But here they couldn't accept it, so yeah, pretty much. So yeah, pretty much that's the case in that sense. Pretty much. Dang it, that's a lot of enemies. People, if I had to say, so far, The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing has been, regarding the review, a perfect game. It's precisely a Hungarian game. It sets the example. It sets the example of everything an isometric action RPG should be. This game has a perfect balance of handling, breaking through the limitations of the paradigm of min-maxing in the framework of the stat system. That is, you need to develop a defensive strategy, as you can see here, that I need to avoid the mobs. You can't just one hit clean the screen like in Diablo 3. That's good. That's good. They perfectly synergized the abilities of the skill tree with the single target attacks and the AoE, the area of effect attacks. So pretty much we'll get to the final analysis, but it's a perfect game, people. It's a perfect game. It's a 10 out of 10 perfect game. I cannot find any defects so far. It has a quite creative perk system as well as a pretty good crafting system in a time frame, 2015 I think it was originally released, in which everything seemed already invented. But this game found a way to improve upon all of the philosophy and the mechanics of Diablo 2. You can customize the size of the floating damage numbers. That's always good. They thought about everything. If you like small numbers or big numbers, the different types of elemental damage, the companion system with Katarina, how she can act as a tank or a DPS, depending on the behavior. You can manipulate the behavior and the skill tree that she has, and how it's going to affect the player. You can even control at which percentage of health she consumes potions, creating a healthy relationship between the usage of potions and the gameplay mechanics. The abilities are quite creative, like this one stopping time and comboing perfectly with the sharpshooter shot like that. For example, it's a perfectly balanced game. See that I was forced to retreat here regarding breaking through the paradigm of min-maxing in the framework of a stat system. Pretty well done. The graphics are amazing. The physics are quite good. The game has everything that you could possibly ask for. Yeah, people. So, highly recommended in that sense. We'll get to the final analysis, but anyways. As for the next that we are going to play, Pillow, I think, chose... Yeah, he chose Baldur's Gate 3. And we are going to play Project... Zombicide. For Croba, that I still owe it to him for the 8 subs of last year, so yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, people. We also need to do the Ultimate 3DS Showcase, and that pretty much. But no, regarding what we were discussing with Patrick earlier, precisely, I would suggest you 2 things, people, to look for in a girl, because I know the situation is quite tough nowadays, brutally tough. They want both of us, both sexes fighting each other, and etc. I would directly suggest for you to look at those things. First, loving children, and second, being able to at least somehow ridicule at least once the rainbow flags, because it's just pathetic. Pretty much I would say those 2 things, and that would, and I think that would cover it a lot. This is a terrible angle. That's right, this is a much better angle. Oh no, don't block my shots. Dang it. I can survive 1 attack, that's good. Oh, they killed Katarina, see, for example. Oh shit. Good. Let's get out of here. Ah, it's blocked. Okay, it's a boss. Oops. He teleports. That's crazy. See, this is why you should always get your mouse's DPI properly configured to do these fast swipe movements here. They are big though, they are easy to target. Time for sharpshooting. Ah. Oh.
I can't do that.
Oh. That was fast. Okay, now yes. Time for sharpshooting. See how they perfectly combine the skills? I didn't realize this up until later. Like, you can, like, since you have to charge the sharpshooter, it combos perfectly with the sphere of timelessness, because it also increases the crit chance. And the crit chance of the sharpshooting is like it increases the damage tenfold. This one seems promising, but not good enough. Close, but not good enough. Reduction to the cooldown of spells, physical resistance. Thunder, I still have to investigate what Thunder is, because generally it means lowering the armor of the target, and maybe that's a lot of, it's an extra 20% damage, and that's a lot. But yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's crazy. That would be crazy. Okay, so we're done here. So I killed that boss, but explore the deserted mines, I guess. I don't know. We just need to keep going. Give me Sphere of Timelessness. See, for example, it also combos well with this one because it accumulates a toxic cloud in the area. Dang it.
I can't do that.
Dang it. I need to remember that I have to deal damage to recover health. I like leech health out of my attacks. Can I enchant? Do I have enough money to enchant?
So many heartbroken people.
The
so many
rest,
potions sold.
the rest of my stuff. Can I enchant here? Good. 78% minion health. I wonder if if that includes Katarina. Hang on, otherwise I change it. She has 5,600. No, that enchantment is
I
useless.
simply love the big city.
She doesn't count. 45% gold find. Well, I guess I can do with that one. Or resistance, this one is not enchanted. 10 rage, that's useless. Disenchant. Enchant. 27 mana, that's useful. Enchant. 17 mana, that's a lot. Good. Better than nothing. Poison damage bonus, that's amazing. That's even better. Yeah. This one. 43% increased weapon damage to frozen enemies? No. You don't have enough gold. Okay, good. Well, it's like a lottery, people. You have to deal with it like that.
Come closer, handsome.
You have to deal with it like that. Pretty much. So, good there.
I might have something for you.
I'll buy this one. And I'll just sell all of these, I think. 75 to... No, this one. What is this? Ramadan and mortar. Yeah, no. Mana regeneration, poison resistant, critical chance. No, it needs to have critical chance at this point. It does need to have critical chance at this point. There we go. bad, not bad. Let me see if I sold something that is actually good. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. This one, weapon damage of lightning skills. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Lightning skills, no. Damage bonus, no. That thunder is the only one that draws my attention. That's the only one that draws my attention. That thunder. Because generally, in 4.0 Dungeons and Dragons, thunder means decreasing armor by 20% of the target. This one has 40 something increased damage, attack speed. This one has a huge attack speed boost. Whitefire cloak. If only this whitefire cloak could be upgraded. If I could upgrade them with more properties. Whatever. Let's not waste more time, people. Let's not waste more time. We're doing good. We just need to keep going. I added a bit of poison damage, so we should be okay.
Not possible.
Yes, possible. See how fast we move. This has to be pretty much the ending because I'm no longer getting any side quests. So I'm no longer getting any side quests at all. So yeah, pretty much.
Can't do that.
Let me accumulate the toxic cloud. There. So yeah, pretty much what I was mentioning to you people regarding those. I know that the situation is quite tricky right now for us men picking girls. But yeah, I would probably look at those two things in my experience. Because yeah, they don't because they both imply like loving children and at least ridiculing one's rainbow flags. They both imply that the person can think on her own, and I would say that is like key. Like if that can happen, the rest can fall into place. Yeah, so I would say those. Because the person is not afraid of going against the current, the mainstream trends, let's say. I'll need to boost the attacks here.
I need healing. Not possible. Not possible.
This is an ultra boosted sharpshooter shot. When boosted, what are the properties when boosted? Oh, damn it. This one's a summoner. That should do it. What are the properties of the sharpshooter boost of the sharpshooter shot when boosted? Critical chance increased by 10, even beyond maximum limit. And the damage is increased by 50. Okay, yeah, that is brutal. Okay, this one is brutal. The A power up of it. I need to remember to press A when when doing that one. Hey, good. We got an ink gate here.
Here we are.
This
Oh.
place feels old and pure. Fulmagati couldn't taint this realm with his science.
Which means that this Master of Doors must be an ancient creature.
A creature that our prisoner Seven woke up from his ageless slumber.
Sounds promising. Let's go.
Indeed it does. I wonder how the story will turn out to be. With Prisoner 7 there. I should have gone for this one. If you don't mind. There we go. Oh, careful, ice queens. They are terribly dangerous. Oh. Yeah, I need to remember that the screen being horizontal like that does not favor my sharp shooting. That wasn't good. Don't those explode? Yeah, they explode. Careful, careful. Let's remain 5 seconds out of combat and that restores health. So yeah, basically it's what I've been mentioning regarding that. I would suggest that all men to search for those two. It's basically like that, people. It's none of us are born in the exact same. It's quite difficult. It can happen, but it's quite difficult for us to be born like in the exact same place that we actually belong to, in that sense. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, you have to make do with what you have. Come on, out of combat. No, I'm technically not out of combat. Ah, because they are chasing me. Dang it, they perfectly measured that. They could have just gone for considering that being out of combat and they didn't. Here goes a big one. Dang it. Here. That definitely worked. Almost 200k shot. It's incredible how they perfectly measured an AoE ability and the single target ability probably for each class, given how it is like this. Here. It's a perfect game, huh? People. Let's see with that one. That one was brutal. Oh, no, 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 don't do that, don't do that, no. That was a nasty AoE. We also need to do the Ultimate 3DS Showcase, people. We also need to do the Ultimate 3DS Showcase. And, I don't know, pretty much. The key is that, yeah, sadly, it's sad the situation that we have nowadays for dating in that sense, because we need to be like everyone is with their guard on both sides, men and women, and it's absolutely a degeneracy that I hate. So no, everything has to go back to the 90s, how it naturally was regarding that. But yes, what I was mentioning regarding going out and etc. It's not that, for example, I like just immediately discard people just for not doing it, but at least a bare minimum is it's what I tell you of a bare minimum. There needs to be a bare minimum in that sense. As I'm telling you, not knowing how to speak English is like terribly limiting. For example, something that is quite limiting. And besides, as I tell you, always people like there's a limiting factor that you need to ensure that people love you for what you are, not for what you have. And for that, the personality needs to be at least a bit appreciated in that sense. So yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I was of course sad, like everyone, but it's just a thing that if you go out so much, you end up focusing more on liking the activity rather than the company of the person himself or herself. Whatever is the case, I know a lot of men who also do this same thing. Don't think it's something that is exclusive of women, people, that of going out all day. There are a lot of men who are like that as well, and it's just something that doesn't work in that sense, because you are enjoying the activity more than the, as I'm telling you, than the company of the person itself. That is something that is quite difficult to find. It's quite difficult to find people who enjoy the company of a person itself rather than the activity, especially in women. So if you find one like that, people, keep her. That would be my suggestion. Or for women, keep him 100%. Like that, because that will be the key to what awaits you in the future. If there's any hope of you living or spending time with a person.
How cute! Can I take him home from Helsing?
I don't know what this creature is, but it looks small and young. His mother could still be around here.
You know what? Let's just leave him here. It would grow too big for the lair anyway.
Hidden content here, and that's it. It's incredible how massive the game is sometimes. So yeah, it's what I would tell you. The person, be it whatever the case, should be able to enjoy company itself rather than the activity. And when you go to the beach all day and you cannot share any activity with any other person and like that, well, that makes it impossible. Pretty much. But if a person can pretty much precisely enjoy the company of the other one for the sake of it rather than the activity, even if it's boring, even if the activity is boring, the person is worth a lot. The person is worth a lot because he's able to see beyond the activity itself, the own interests of the person, which is the important part, because it's what awaits any person in a relationship. A lot of sacrifice. So pretty much. generally in the case of us men, we we generally have the problem that we instantly sacrifice a lot without, but it's just how nature is, people. So don't feel stupid for that. I see a lot of men who also feel stupid for that, and it's not the case. If the person is worth it, no, if the person is worth it, it's perfectly fine. The thing is when the person, as I tell you, uh, does not enjoy your company itself, but what you have, like for example, you can take her to, I don't know, a million fancy restaurants or whatever, or a private beach. Imagine a private beach. Um, and well, the problem is that there the activity is more important than the company of the person itself. Huh? That's why I say that the key is the key is. I need to snipe that one. Oh, it has a slow. Has a nasty slow. Here we go. Perfectly comboed. Is that enjoying the company of the person itself rather than the activity? That's something that generally happens. Happens a lot. And if on top you have money in life, in that sense, it's also another one of the reasons. It's also another one of the reasons. Oh yeah, pretty much. That's why I say it's important. And that's a lot of AoE. Look at that. I love this game. It's just perfect. Look at it. Look. If only drakensang learned a bit from this game. The ironic part is that drakensang people had a much bigger development team than this one. This one is like a small Hungarian studio, and the other one had like everything at its disposal, from a famous local name to everything. I can't wait to play Baldur's Gate 3, people, to dismember it. I will dismember that game every single step of the way. David Walgrave, the criminal of Baldur's Gate 3. The person who said, oh, real time with post combat is what did he say? Archaic was the word. Archaic, as if we were cavemen, the ones playing playing Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, as if we were cavemen. The guy said that the legendary real time with post combat was archaic. Disgusting what he did. Yep, go. Can I shoot that one from here? No. This is something that, for example, well, it makes the game harder, so I don't know if it's the effect that you cannot shoot them from certain positions. But how they combined the abilities, like the fact that the timelessness, the sphere of timelessness, allows you to do this. It combos perfectly with the sharpshooting, like this. See how I can freeze time and it consumes a bit as I should. That is like genius level design of abilities for a sharpshooter, for a ranged class. It's very well done. It's very well done. So yeah, pretty much. I'll let Katarina regain some health there. She's acting like a good tank. I was surprised that she hit a level cap. Or what is it that I can spend? What? I have 49 points. What? I didn't distribute my point. Oh no, she threw. She threw. I respect her after the stream. Shit. Ah, I knew there was something wrong. Fuck. If I do this, I will add ethereality to me, right? A portion of Katarina's highest attribute, in this case, ethereality, is directly added to yours, the same attribute. So spiritual awareness should increase. Let me see, 446 and 223. Let me see if that. She has no. I didn't do the skill tree. What about that one? Yes, it increases the spiritual awareness. That will be brutal, because it will increase my mana regeneration. This one to maximum. This one increases the damage while in ghost form. Dang, I knew there was something wrong. Transfers 4.5 of full damage received by Van Helsing to Katarina. No, but I will kill her. Increases my attack speed and cooldown reduction. Yes, please. That yes. I knew there was something quite wrong. I knew there was something quite wrong. The crit chance. Damage and crit we can do. Hang on. A boost to her life points. Here, this one, yes. Attack rate, no. 10% extra damage is this. No. Health regeneration. They also remain render vulnerable to damage from any source. The effect will remain for 3% vulnerable to damage. Crit chance, no. Plus 15 to all of Katarina's resistances. Dodge attacks, no. This one could be, but well, healing your wounds. Van Helsing heals for strike, no. Paralyze enemies in fear sometimes. 1.5 chance. Consume your magical reserves. Mana. How is this? This one is needed. Her attacks drain mana. This one is to maximum. And the AoE effect. Will be created from but she needs to kill an enemy, not me. No. In this case, she needs to kill the enemy, not me, so no. With each attack, there's a chance that 1.5. One rage. No, I want her as a tank, and I will the defense, intense connection to the other world. The crit chance is a valued resource. This one, yes, to maximum, 7% chance. Defense and resistances, and damage here. Spectral resilience is important, I think. But well, let me see. No. I was playing with the skill tree, not up. 836 mana, that's better. Healing your wounds. Yeah, but it's 0.3%. No. I should. Yeah, but this one is also increasing the crit damage, the corporeal bond, because it directly increases spiritual awareness. Look at this. The spiritual awareness is like crazy. What's the crit damage? It's already at the camp. It's already at the camp. It's already at the cap due to that transfer. It's already at the cap because it's and look at that, 47. Perfect. Perfect. So I can only increase base damage. What the hell with it? Just increase base damage. Yeah, this one is needed. This one should probably go on to 10. But what should I sacrifice? I could have sacrificed this one. This one... Meh, I don't know. Yeah. These two are lethal in combo. Combination. Yeah, but here I increase the attack speed. These three. Maybe this one to 10 could have been instead of this one. Well, for the future maybe we can do that. But yeah, now everything makes a bit more of sense. Okay. Now yes, my skill tree wasn't done. Wasn't properly finished. That's a good sign. I wasn't even at full power. I should have probably increased my damage. Instead of mana regen. But yeah, if you don't have mana regen, it's or what? It's bad.
Van Helsing, your fame precedes you.
Indeed.
Just like my enemies, as it seems.
That's true. I made a small bargain with your masked friend after he woke me up. I opened the door to the darkest regions of the ink and he left. You won't catch him, sorry. And he told me the exact location of your underground lair. So I opened another gate as near as I could.
Oh, did we spoil your surprise visit? I'm so sorry.
Don't worry. I might still pop in, kill everyone, plunder your lair, and visit the modern city while I'm there.
Close that gate, now.
I couldn't do that even if I wanted to. That gate is open as long as I live and breathe.
Easy solution.
At first I thought this was going to be difficult.
Careful. Shit, I couldn't move, please. Please, let me move. Let me freaking move, please. Not that difficult. There? What? Please, let me move. Let me move a bit.
Not possible.
There we go. Fear of timelessness, let's go.
I can't do that.
There we go. Oh, it killed it in 2 blows. I should have done that at the beginning.
The creature is dead, so the gate must be closed by now. No more trespassing from the untainted regions.
Are you sure? Prisoner 7 is out there in the darkest reaches, planning something with the mysterious dream material he collected.
But we live to fight another day. Let's go home.
Indeed. Oh, that's it? I wonder where the other hidden content is that it says 4 out of 7. Because I literally... Good. So we finally discovered where you get all of your essences from. So... Here we go.
Not possible.
Oh. Literally...
Can't do that.
I couldn't move there. So I don't know where the other content could be because I explored everything in the game. People, it's quite weird because you can see that I'm exploring everything and still there's still some hidden content. Left in every single chapter. So imagine. Exit through here. But no.
I can't do that.
Hey, what am I doing? I can use the teleport. The whole place is clean. You can see that I cleaned the place like upside down. And yeah, pretty much. I will do something interesting here.
I can't do
Let me reset Katarina.
I miss the wind and the sun. I miss freedom.
Yes. Reset. Just reset these ones. Ah, okay. This one up to 100. 40. Good. Corporeal bond to maximum. Soul endowment to maximum. Unfortunately, to maximum mana. This one increases the maximum mana. This one might be the one I can. Because it's more important to have good regeneration rather than total. Huh? This one, and this one will ensure the maximum damage is reached, plus resistance isn't done. This I got max damage. This one and this one. And about Scepter, I had drain spirit essence from enemies, replenishing your magical reserves. Yes, this will be like added regeneration. Mana with each strike, and if it gets AoE, it should boost it. Okay. And as for the rest, that she could die here. Yeah, but this one, like, even if she die here, when she dies, I get less mana. So it's dependent on her. 5, 4, 4. Maybe I can. How much would I have with this one? 14. The extra mana. Yeah, I don't think there's much of a difference leaving it at 1% with each hit. So I keep the best of both. Or this one, even if she dies, I retain it. I retain the mana boost. This one is quite good for tanking. Okay. The crit chance here, I can lower it. I'll lower it to 5. Yeah. I could lower it to 5. So it would be at 45. Well, then I can. Because I make myself like independent from her dying. But how much health does she have? 6,000. I should make her more of a tank. No, but here if I don't put any, I'm wasting it now. Like that is okay. This one is quite interesting. Whenever she kills an enemy, there's just a shot of vulnerability. and it's 4% per. It makes her invulnerable. This one is needed for her to be an effective tank. Seven, we're getting mission returns there. I'll leave it at. Well, I don't know. Crit chance is hard to find, but here Corpus will. Yeah, but the ethereality boosts the corporeal bond on top, which is giving me headroom for crit chance. I need to make her like a very, very sturdy tank. This one needs to kill, but so if it's a boss, it's wasted. Huge explosion. Okay. Hit points, and she has increased resistances, right? Yeah. This one will affect her a lot because she has increased resistances. Both of you gain a bonus to your damage for 10 seconds. 3 per 5. Slows and damage now. Both of you can. You know, but I need to make her more of a tank. This one, Deathless Shroud, could be pushed up to 40%. This one would turn her into a tank. The crit chance here. You know, but first I need to ensure I don't run out of mana. Well, but most powerful attack doesn't require mana, so I don't know. I need to ensure I don't run out of mana. I mean, that sounds pitiful. $16, not enough. If I could raise this one to 40, that would be another story. For that I need 10, and she has reached a limit. In my case, I'm already at maximum. They're 46, I don't think it will be much of a difference. 46, it's at 46, it's okay. 1% more. that's for. Yeah, this one and this one are required. I might need to lower my mana. How often do I run out of mana? I don't think so. I don't think I run out of mana often, so.
So many new monsters for my traveling emporium.
Yeah, not enough for her to be a tank. Hang on, hang on. And I'll keep it 2. Leave it at 5 for now. This one. At 4. Leave it like that. Not even this would be enough. What's my crit chance? 44. A bit more. A bit more. It has to add a bit more. And I took 2 from here. What if I remove these 2? Now what, I'm losing a lot if I remove those 2. Sensei can. I need to boost her, definitely. Dual attacks for 4 seconds. Hit impervious. Dual attacks for 4 seconds. This one? This one's okay. This one is lethal. Because it provides for me maximum mana and critical damage bonus. So it's brutal. Let me see. Attack speed and damage. Yes, these are required. In health. This one no, because every time she dies, this one is useless. Well, that's why you need to boost her hit points. But yeah, sometimes it's need, unless this one. How much would it be? 40% chance to kill the gun. Well, doesn't need that. Like this, like 32 is like 1 in 3 attacks. For 4 seconds, I can do a lot of damage in 4 seconds. This one, I will try that one. And the rest, I think I lost a lot of mana there. What? Ah, no, 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 what an idiot. I didn't distribute her ethereality. That's it. This is something that all games should include, the fact that you can respec like this. 100. Unquote. That should have been brutal. Yeah, there we go. Much more. Yeah, it's more than enough. What's my crit chance right now? 45, yeah. For a 2% crit chance, it's not worth it. This one at 32 is more than okay. And I'll make her more of a tank. There we go, 100 more. It duplicated them. Okay, this is much more balanced. I think, in fact, I'm going to remove those three.
I will collect strange machines. That's the future.
Here you lose a lot, but 16% of ethereality. Ah, no. Then it's okay. It's okay. It's pretty much I cannot push this one to maximum. Okay. I think that's quite balanced. I doubled her health. I should have pushed that to maximum. I feel tempted to push that one to maximum. This one, corpus. It would be 4. Mm, 25% lightning damage bonus, 16% of ethereality. No, elemental damage. Damage 32% of ethereality. Mm. 1% mana. What's 1% of my mana with each strike? That's not a lot. 1%, it's like 7. I might be like a bit crazy about mana, but still, I could do it perfectly with this 4. I could do something extreme here. Because anyways, this increases my maximum mana. Another 50 might be a bit overkill, but still. Those here could make her like... this one severely affected her. Changes at next level, 105. I need her alive a lot.
I wish I could explore these tunnels.
Well, anyways, when she's dead, these 2 don't count. Yeah, reset her. I will remove those 3. I'll remove those 3. I'll make it perfect. I'm sorry, people. I'm a perfectionist. ethereality is important. This one up to 32. I have it clear. 32. 1 in 3 attacks. Pretty much. It's already low enough. Corpus, this one, no. This one is the key. I have the skill tree mastered by now. This one up to 4.9 there. This one attack speed to maximum. This one up to 5. Okay, at 4. This one, how much health is it? 11k. That's another stuff. Keep this one at 3 then. At the lowest possible. 751 in that sense. Plus this one will be like... it will be like... she should turn into a pretty good tank. And the damage of melee attacks. Yeah, it's okay, it's good, but I think with this is perfect. Good. And I'm going to avoid that range damage and dodge value. Okay. Yeah, but no, but this one combos perfectly with this one. With spectral resilience. 150 extra points. I don't think I need any more. I'm almost at maxed out there. So I think it's perfect. I think it's perfectly balanced like this. Let's go, people. Should be a huge boost. She like doubled. What's her health? 12k health. It's a pretty good amount. If I lower it to 20, now that she has a lot of health.
I never thought I'd be fighting alongside a vampire. Modern times.
Let's go, people. Let's talk to the commander.
I came to Borgovia.
Now we should be much more balanced.
From the tyranny of mad science. But the fall of Fulmigati was the spark that ignited the flames of the Civil War. So I led the resistance against the military genius who tried to destroy us. I faced an army of mechanical monsters and defeated General Harker, only to suffer betrayal from my mysterious ally, Prisoner 7, who tricked me and obtained the most powerful artifact in the land, the hidden death of Koshai, the Deathless. Prisoner 7 disappeared into the depths of the other world, but I will track him down. It's not only about revenge. I'm a hunter. He is my nemesis, and he has a plan. The citizens are looking to me for guidance, but I must find Prisoner 7 first. It's a tough decision. Chaos reigns in Borgova. Warbands, gangs, and bickering political factions want to take power into their own hands. What's more, the city is plagued by the sudden appearance of the Cult of Seven. Led by a mechanical monster, the Beastly Infiltrator, they break into Fulmigati's former laboratories and seize precious equipment. Evidently, my nemesis is behind all this, and it can only be the beginning of something worse. This time, I know which facility the Infiltrator will attack next. A secret laboratory and a horde of monsters. Just like old times.
Indeed, people, but with our tank now. Hang on, I got money for the enchantments, right? I got money for the enchantments. Sorry, I love optimizing my gear. Enchant the what is it that I can enchant? This one. Maybe I'm lucky. 22% extra gold. Well, whatever. Like that. They are all enchanted, right? That one has a quite low essence capacity. Okay, good. Good. They are all enchanted. Quite good. That's good. I can start then improving the enchantments. Oh no, this one has a capacity. Yeah, because anyways I got a lot of mana out of my enchantments. It's okay. It's okay, we're okay to go. I bored you enough with the stats, people. It's just that I love doing so. Let's go. She should be a good tank by now. Now it's properly balanced. Oh. Here we go. What do we have here? Prisoner 7 already has an army at his disposal. Looks like it.
So, we have to clear out some cultists from a secret laboratory that was founded by the leading mad genius of our time, right?
Yes. Why do you ask?
Why should I help you out with this? It should be child's play for you by now.
Nice
True.
try, but I won't release you yet. We have a nemesis to defeat.
Can't blame a girl for trying.
Here they come.
Sigarmatons. I didn't even pick my perks. Careful. This one could be decent. Wraith. Inventory page, no. Bond of Fury. Max Rage, okay. Ability. Isn't there one that gives ability points to her rather than me? 3% attack speed seems good. Okay, 4% extra damage. How many points do I have? 3. Residual elemental damage, no. Ideal poison damage. Poison is not considered elemental. The first attack has a +5 critical chance. Try page. Okay. Max range. No. Well, I could increase her health by max rage. No. Max rage. Manifest view. No. Yeah, no, because anyways it's like this one. Gunslinger 2. Attack speed is always something good. And 5% extra damage, no. Ooh, 10 damage for Katarina and HP regeneration. Because that this one is 10% for her. Well, yeah, but you lose that the second she dies. Give me 5% more for me. Where was it? Elemental damage, no. No. 5% damage. 5%. Yeah, no, that one no. She gains. Where was it? This one. She gains 10% damage. Okay, I'll pick this one. 10% damage for her. Because she like no. She got like only one here. Then yeah. I made her a tank, so like that I boost her damage a bit. Okay, Katarina, it's your moment. Let us see if you. Okay, she's surviving a lot more.
This facility is
Good. The ability is kicking in.
I should have told them.
Look at that shield.
Only for the cultists.
Look at that shield, people. The ability is definitely kicking in. Griffin Feather? 18% increase attack speed. Oh, is that a trophy? 89 damage bonus. Dang. 18% extra attack speed. That is lethal. But I lose 3% crit chance. Okay. Okay. Move those. Is there an identified cape? Yes. Yes. Lightning damage bonus. 3% extra crit chance. Dodge value elemental. Dang it, but my cape. Well, there. This one is quite good, but we'll see. Reorganize those. Ah, there it goes. 400. So increase attack speed. Again, no. Yeah, I hate that the inventory is so small. I know there's